da, da, da. Okay, we're streaming again. Like only like 12 hours apart or something. Look at that. We're doing a thing pretty frequently. Oh, don't want to hear myself. That's disgusting. And then, oh man, the lighting is terrible, which sucks. Like, it's really nice out, and I do kind of want the window open, you know? But then you're not gonna be able to see shit, or at least like me, right? Look at that. That we can't. I don't think we can have that. Also, oh my god, my fucking facial hair. I'm unkempt. It's becoming a nightmare. Yeah, no, it looks terrible. It looks terrible. We can't do that. Okay. All right. In today's stream, I just watched this Virtual Riot video where he is doing what I believe is just like a fuck ton of LFOs that are controlling the gain of each individual EQ band, and then also, you know, like the frequency of them, and then he's just like playing with the offset and creating a bunch of cool patterns, right? Right now, as you can see, he's at like 66% CPU just for the single project file as a result of using all these different LFOs. And I'm wondering if we can do something way more effectively using a spellbook, because I've basically done this exact thing before, except it's only with like one specific pattern, right? As opposed to, you know, him switching between a fuck ton of different patterns. So I'm gonna see. I think the spellbook might be limited in some degrees, but I think we might be able to create something similar using multi-maps attached to spellbooks, and then creating like macro presets for each of the multi-maps, which will control different parameters in the spellbook, because we're limited with the amount of knobs that we have. But I'm curious, so we'll fuck around with this for a little bit, and then if I fail, we will move on to making some other music stuff, and if I succeed, we'll also just do the same thing, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, all right, let me just make sure stream is fine. Okay, let's take a, definitely want the spectrogram for this. Let's not use operator, because operator has a limited number of bands, and I want to use a sawtooth wave. Okay, cute. Now let's take an EQ8 and let's group it. Let's add an inverse dude, right? And then, like, for one, we can just take turning that on or off right here, and so we have like a band. We can enable, you know, this turning into a bandpass filter, or just like a band boost, right? Okay, then let's take a spellbook, and we're gonna do the super fun, really exciting task of mapping. Let me think about how I want to do this, because I think I'm gonna want to end up using multi-maps for everything, but I'm unsure. So like we're gonna map the spellbook to every single one of these frequency bands, right? So like right now, yeah, they're all kind of stacked on top of each other doing the same thing. But if we set the offset, oh, I'm gonna set both the speed and the read offset. Like here, if we have this set to spin, right? And then I set the spin offset of 1 to 12.5, which is 1/8, right? There's 8 different nodes. Let me set this to this. And then this guy to 25, because that's 1/4, and then 37.5, that's 3/8, and then 50%, and then 62.5, 75, 87.5, and then this is 100 or 0. It's the same thing. Now they're all offset by the right amount, and then if I like increase the gain on each of these guys, right, we can do something like that, right? Now we have that, right? That's exciting. Now what I want to be able to do is, like, can we automate? Let's see if this is even a thing. It's not. Oh, that's a bummer. That sucks. Let me think. I want to be able to, if I could automate, like, switching the axis and shit, like, imagine how cool it would be if I just, like, switch right? That totally changes up the pattern if we can just like automate that. So maybe, how can I do this? How would I add things together? I think my idea already might be shot, but let's see if we can add, for instance, no, because I'm gonna want to make 8 different LFOs, aren't I? And what's annoying is you can't, you also can't automate the read and spin offset, which would effectively be the same thing. So I think we're kind of fucked in that regard. And I don't think I can modify this max MSP patch either. I think it was set up to not let me do that. If I remember correctly. Wait for this to load. Here's a spellbook. Unfreeze device. Open. Yeah, live.this device. And then there's a B patcher, which is a sub patch with a visible UI. How do I open you again? Do I just like click? I don't think I can open it. bpflip.maxpat. The fuck is this? This device. I just want to open. Can I zoom? I can zoom. I can zoom a lot. Oh, BP flip. Okay, it's some weird math thing. I can't read any of this. This is illegible, but this is not the spellbook. So I think it's pretty much like hidden from me. So maybe I just don't understand how fucking max MSP works, which is also kind of what's going on. Okay. So let's go back to original game plan. Because basically what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to switch up the pattern so that, I don't know, they're doing different shit. So I could create multiple spellbooks that are controlling different LFOs. Like I can do the thing I want to do, but then it would be grossly inefficient again. I should just go ahead and do a virtual rights thing, right? Because like I can take a spellbook and then like map that to control offset, right? And then why? Oh, let's reset this. Set to 50%. No, I don't understand what's going on. 25%. So like we can map that, and then we can have this guy going into another LFO, and that controls this offset. And then we have another spellbook, and then this other spellbook over here can control. Fuck, dude. No, I can't do it. I don't think I could do it. Oh, that's a bummer. Because I'm trying to think of like a way to crossfade between 2 different spellbook patterns controlling 1 frequency band. That's all. But yeah, no, I don't think I can do that. I think with the spellbook, the only things I'm able to actually automate are I can automate the offset, I can automate the range, and all of these parameters over here. That's basically exactly what I'm doing in my Shepherd filter rack. So, all right, this is a short-lived experiment. I probably should have just done this off stream. Right. I don't know what I'm doing. Why? Like this is pretty much all I can do with just the spellbook. So I could make a max MSP patch that lets me crossfade between different spellbooks for different nodes, but that would be a pain in the ass. I have some similar stuff, but pretty good. Another thing we can do is we can take, yeah, I guess the multiple LFOs in a series thing is the way. But that it's just so inefficient to do that. But... So let's do all of that. Shape. Fuck it, let's put steps also. And then we'll duplicate this, and then this guy. And then we're gonna have a bunch of these, right? That's kind of cool. So we can, this LFO is making the spellbook wiggle back and forth, right? Which if we go fast enough, then it turns into FM. Okay, so again, the only things I can control are frequency range and offset, really. Which, I mean, that's still... and the phase. The phase of it all. So, I mean, that's not terrible. Kind of cool. Okay, what's we do? Oh, this is cool. It's kind of like a random... Okay, slider. This is... Okay, neat. New knowledge gained. So if we fuck with steps, the step size, right? And we make it kind of low. And then it's on slider mode. Slider's like random, but like... It's moving gradually from point to point. It's kind of like a really high, smooth random, you know? And then you attach slider to that, and then it'll stepwise jump, but it's always relatively close to the previous thing. Okay, okay. Weird. Well, that's weird as fuck, dude. Howdy, what's up, Cyanide? I am a man with unkempt hair. I should have made that my stream title. I've done it before, but... These are pretty good. Ooh. That's pretty cool. Okay, bud. You're freaking me out now. Shepherd phase. Okay, all right, that's enough of that. Okay, so my original plan is impossible unless I create a bunch of Max for Live. I can, you know, honestly, I could probably try just messaging Entagen, the guy who made the spellbook, and maybe it's like actually pretty trivial to open it up and modify it. Because my problem is I want to be able to automate. If I can automate all of these buttons, switching the X and Y axis, switching these nodes, inverting the direction, if I can automate that shit, game changer. It would be massive, especially if I can automate the read and spin offset, like phase offset amounts. That'd be massive. I remember reading on the website that he didn't do this for CPU reasons, but like, damn, if I can have a dedicated spellbook that can do that, that just eats more CPU, but like still isn't obscene, that would be huge. Because this is effectively 8 different LFOs. And so if I have the ability to modify that, then I can use multi-maps to assign macros to every single one of those parameters. And then I can create like macro groupings or like presets for all of those. And then, I don't know, I could like make a preset just to super quickly switch to something where like half of them are x-axis and half of them are y-axis or whatever. And then you can create all sorts of cool ass patterns. So, because the thing I was trying to do, just for everyone who wasn't here at the very beginning of the stream, is I was trying to like see if I can make a more efficient thing that Virtual Riot did here. Like what he's doing is he's using like, he has like 24 LFOs or some shit, or like 36 LFOs, and he has all of the LFOs are tuned at very specific like phase and offset intervals. And then that creates the cool ass patterns. And this is similar in aspect to what my Shepherd Tone rack does, right? But my Shepherd Tone rack just goes in a circle. That's it. And I want to be able to like create cool other patterns besides just the circle with the like, you know, automation. But I don't think I can do that. I would have to make like an individual rack that is tuned for those different patterns and then crossfade between them, which at that point that's like grossly ineffective. But like we'd like slow it down. This is all that this is doing, right? This guy. Anyways, let's switch this now. So that's not gonna work. So I could, I mean, we can, let's just try to do the thing that Virtual Riot did. Let's see how fucking wasteful this actually is, right? So if we create, actually I think I started it over here. I kind of did. Okay, so we got this guy. This guy's like exactly in the middle. That's weird. Why is he not moving? Oh, it's not mapped to that. Okay. Okay, so I think the idea is you take an LFO, and then this LFO we're gonna put into a group, and then we're gonna attach waveform, the rate, the depth, the offset, the phase we're gonna tune for each individual one. We can also do step size. Well, let's put step size over here, and then let's add the sync button, the time mode, and then the synced rate there. And then what else are we missing? Oh, smooth. Let's add smooth as well, right? And we duplicate this, and then let's offset that by 1/8, right? And then offset that by 2/8, and then this is going to be 3/8. See, this is going to be so CPU inefficient. That's the problem. And then we do that with this one, so 3.5, 75. All right, we're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I? Yeah, no, this is fine. And then 87.5, right? Now we have all these guys that are, oh, I need to add a reset button. Fuck. Okay. Let's just put that retrigger. Oh god, I have to do it for each of these because I already fucking did it. I hate it here. It's the worst. Then that goes there, and that goes there, right? So now, all these LFOs, we will, oh, no, don't click random. We'll map all these LFOs to the different frequencies, right? Wait, can I can't, no, I can't automate that. That would be huge if I could automate that. No, it's the same thing as automate the other thing. Okay, and then we'll do that. Oh god. See, this is why I wanted to do something with the spellbook. This sucks. This is terrible. I hate everything. Okay. We do that. Then we do that. All right. Cool. And then we remote all these. Just because, I don't know, I like it better. Right now, this is doing the exact same thing that the spellbook does, right? Because I have all of these offset and they're all playing sine waves. What's going on? Right, that's all fine and dandy. We're using 10%. Now, how am I gonna do this? I mean, so I do another rack, right? I duplicate this. This is frequency. This is going to be for gain, right? And so the thing is, how would I change the phase of each of these relative to? I don't know. We'll figure that out in a second. So we're just gonna keep on trucking. Maybe it would have been better to use a spell book. Oh, I could have used this. I could use a spell book and then put an LFO on the spin rate of the spell book, maybe. And then I can use just one LFO and one spell book to immediately apply automation to 8 different things. Okay, and then we can change the shape of the gain one to something totally different with a high depth. Here, there we go. There we go. This is like what he's doing. Right, so you can create like polymeters or sort of by like changing the rate. So that's at like 1 and this is at 0.33. Yeah, so that creates like triplets, which that's cool. You're napping to this? These are some crazy sounds to nap to. Let's add step size. Ooh. That's pretty cool. Okay, yeah. The step size for gain doesn't do much, but... Oh, that's so cool, actually. Because it goes from these discrete jumps, and then, like, as you increase the resolution of the LFO, right? Then eventually you start actually hearing each individual band moving. Before, like there's like an illusion going on. Like right there, I don't hear it at all. Now I'm starting to hear it. And it's cool because every single different step number is dividing, basically dividing the frequency spectrum into that many steps, right? So when we're divided into 16 steps, this will create, is that going to be 4 or 8 like octaves because it's divisible by 2? But then if we do it like divide by 15, I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. Why is it doing the, oh, okay, we're divided by 14, so it keeps like repeating every second step, kinda? I don't understand what's going on there. So steps is 15 here. I don't understand why it becomes like identical so quickly. And then you can put LFOs that control the offset. Oh man, see that it's too much fun. The problem is like figuring out a streamlined way to like create a rack that would make this like super usable. Right? Look at that. It's like a bunch of sperm swimming. What the fuck? Pretty cool. Why can I... What I don't like is that I can very clearly hear the shit at like 40 hertz. I guess it's just like how the filter works. I don't think there's a clean way to avoid that. We can always just increase the scale amount and lower the volume. I could put a vocoder afterwards and then put a gate. But that's gonna give it the vocoder sound. That's cool. This is crazy. This is crazy, dude. Ooh. That looks fucking crazy. Oh, you can hear each individual harmonic now? I should be recording this shit at this point. These are just really cool shepherd tones. Okay, that's probably that's a good one. And then I don't know, we can make some other shit. Let's just randomize both of these. Ow. Okay. I still kind of want to see if I can do the see if I can do this all with just spellbooks again. Because now I have better ideas. Because be much easier to offset both the gain and the frequency thing. Right? So here, let's mute all that. Let's try this again. Let's take a spellbook. And then let's oh, fucking kill me. Get an EQ8. Wait, let's just steal the EQ8 from before so I don't have to do as much work. Yeah? I'm so smart. Look at me go. Put the EQ8 here. And then this spellbook. Just gonna control the frequencies, yeah. So good. And then we just do the thing. 12.5, 25, 37.5, 50. Roughs. Hey, what's up, Juan? How are you doing? 67.5, 75, 87.5. These are just, I'm offsetting everything by 1/8, right? Then my idea here is, instead of actually using the spin and shit, all this stuff here, we can use an LFO to spin it for us by attaching it to that, right? So now it's gonna do this kind of thing. It's gonna like pendulum back and forward. Let's these all, why are they all like that? Here, let's and then add, oh no, don't paste. Add a utility, invert phase. So like if we wanted to just spin forever, we could actually set this guy to be a ramp up, because then the phase is just gonna, you know, it's just gonna circle. Yep, inspired by that, exactly. So I already kind of created the same thing, just using a fuck ton of LFOs, which I'm like 99% certain that's what he did. Which I don't know, I created a bunch of cool sounds earlier. Right, that's all neat, but I want to see if I can do something different with the spellbook, or at least more CPU efficient. I think that can be done. So like we can set this, increase the step amount. Like, we can do shit like that. And then what else was I gonna do? We have to do another spellbook, except this spellbook is gonna be mapped to the gains. So this is like the exact same shit as I did in my... I have a tutorial doing basically exactly this. It's called like Shepherd, making Shepherd tones or something. It's a Shepherd tone tutorial. And it's almost the exact same thing, but I'm just trying to see if I can create more patterns than just Shepherd tones, right? So the idea is that, yeah, we're gonna have two different LFOs controlling both of these guys. So like if we... Oh, okay, interesting. So instead, this LFO... Oh fuck, okay, this is breaking my brain a little bit, but that's fine. Okay, so the spellbook thing here... Oh, we can map inversion. That's cool. Okay, that is super useful. All right, let's map, we're gonna map range for every single one of these guys to this. I don't know why it says unmap the whole time, that's annoying. But we're gonna map range here. Right, so now I twist this, the range of all of these are going to go down. And then I'm also going to map offset. What's going on? Offset, you're going to get mapped there. Come on. Map. Then we're also going to map inversion of you know, the direction or whatever for all of these over here. Man, I fucking... Wait. Yeah. Okay. I wish I can map the axis. Yeah. Trying to think about doing it in FL. Yeah, I don't really know how FL works, but I'm sure there's something you could do. I mean, if you could just create a series of LFOs, like you can just look back like 10 minutes in my stream and I built the same thing with just it's just 16 LFOs. There's just 8 LFOs controlling frequency and 8 LFOs controlling gain, right? Okay, this all broke. Let's take this LFO and put it in the same thing. And then from here, let's map the rate, the depth, the offset of this. What else do we want? The waveform. Let's put the read offset over there too. That's probably... Oh, we're gonna want more. Oh, there's too much shit. This is gonna get so confusing. Well, this guy we're gonna call offset. This we're gonna call range. We're gonna call invert. And then we have rate, depth, offset, and shape. This is for the LFO controlling the spellbook. So this LFO is doing a ramp down right now, and we can just like change the shape, and then it'll, you know, it'll ramp up to switch direction or whatever. And then we're gonna want to shape, wave shape, and then step size, and then smooth, and then fuck it, jitter as well, even though I never really use jitter. Right, I think that's kind of everything we want to do. Maybe phase as well. Would phase matter? Yes, phase would absolutely matter. Okay, let's get rid of jitter because jitter is stupid. And then we put phase there. And then, I don't know, we have 4 more macros. We'll figure that out later. And then let's delete that. Let's delete this spellbook. We'll call this spellbook rack. And then we'll duplicate that. And then we'll call this actually, this is going to be the this is the frequency rack. And then now we map this shit to all of our frequencies. So just as a reminder, each of these nodes, each of these mappings are offset by 1/8. So fucking when the shit spins around or whatever, right? It's gonna do cool shit. Right? Okay. Reset. Now, we're gonna go, this is gonna be our gain rack. And then the gain rack, we're gonna, wait, what the fuck happened? What happened to our LFO? Did I delete that? Okay, well, I'm being mighty silly. I don't know what's going on. I must have deleted it. Okay, we're gonna put the LFO back here. This is great. I love it. Let's put depth offset here. I'm gonna put phase there, waveform here, wave shape here, step size amount is gonna go there, smoothing can go there. Okay. Now let's duplicate this. Okay. Now this guy controls the spin offset. Jesus Christ. Okay. And this guy's also going to control this guy's spin offset. And then this guy here is going to be mapped to gain rack. My God. Okay, my brain hurts already. So gain rack. Gain rack U. We're going to map this EQ. There's too much shit going on. Okay. We're going to map U to U. It's spazzing out so fast. It's freaking me out, man. Okay, now we lower the frequency amount of both of these, the rate, and then let's change the shape to be like a ramp up for both of these, right? Okay, we have to do that. But now there's so many different knobs on everything. Incremental automation steps is what I want to call it. Is that crop circles? Yeah. So the frequency rack is the more interesting one, generally. So, yeah, wave shape matters the most. Really? And I guess this is also confusing because ramp up is the same thing as it spinning in a circle. Or is it a triangle? Is it spinning in a circle and then switching directions at the end? Right? So let's lower the range. Right. Okay, gain, yeah, the gain rack really doesn't do all that much. What really matters with the gain rack is changing the phase. That makes sense. And then, we'll go back to this. Let's just randomize everything. What the fuck is happening? Why is this range so small now? Oh, this guy got moved. The read offset. Oh, that's this guy. Honestly, yeah, routing everything through the spellbook is kind of just making it more complicated. At least with the macros that I set up, there's a lot of these macros that are kind of useless that I could live without. Yeah, there's too many macros. Like, randomizing all these isn't gonna result mostly in garbage. The fuck is happening? Okay, yeah, I think this is stupid. It's better, or I mean, I probably just went about it wrong, and I should just like limit it to certain knobs and certain amounts, because I think I'm just like overwhelming myself. But I think just doing 16 LFOs and then just controlling both of those LFOs is way better, for sure. Anyways, okay, all right, I'm getting bored. Wait, let's save this one shepherd tone. I do like that shepherd tone, and that way we can leave this feeling accomplished, right? Save, let's go where Paleac samples, quantized shepherd tone. Made it space, exactly. That's the goal here. And then I guess I should probably save this rack here. Let's just initialize like fucking everything. Da-da-da-da. Let's initialize everything again. Let's make it slower. And then we're gonna call you, I don't know, 16 frickin' LFOs. Right? You 16 frickin' LFOs, and then we'll just chuck you in my audio effect rack thing. I have too many racks. Okay. Okay, let's go work on music. Yeah? Exciting. Have you ever tried creating the sound of entering a black hole? I mean, I think there would just be no sound at all if you entered a black hole. What's up, Canatrucks? Long time no see. Yeehaw. Yeah, Juan also was like, long time no see. Everyone's popping in today. Let's hope this thing loads pretty quickly. Yeah, I think, man, if I can, yeah, I'm gonna try to message the dude who made the spellbook and see if there's like a pretty easy way to make all of the knobs macroable. Because if you can, that shit will be nuts. And I'm gonna create a bunch of different macro presets, and it will be good. Okay, so this song, I was working on this last night, and I worked on the second drop here. I mixed down the first half a little bit better. I worked on the second drop, and then I came up with a second half of the second drop. So let's see if that stands up to the test of time. The sound of entering the local area of the accretion disk, and then, I mean, again, I don't think there would be any sound at all because you're in space. There ain't no sound in space, man. But I mean, I'm assuming you mean like conceptually, you know, like if you were to make a Star Wars film or whatever where there is sound in space, what would that sound like? Which that'd be a fun experiment. Fixing some shit in your life, that's good. Fixing things is good. I like that. I like to hear it. Recently that when you see rhythm as a circle, you can draw lines between notes that are actually played to lead to geometric shapes. Yeah, that makes sense. Like Euclidean rhythms and whatnot. I think there's I have a sequencer that kind of works like that, where you can create. You just get like this dude, and then you can create like, I mean, there's like polymeter and stuff like that. Like for instance, like if it's 4 on the floor, then you know there's like a circle, and then you're gonna have these guys, you know, on all the corners or whatever, right? And then right, and then you can also divide it in like fifths and whatnot, and do some weird shit. And then right, so this is just 4 different patterns. And it's repeating, but you know, creating like polymeter with them. The style of music rhythm is correlated to its rhythm shape, and if you take the note played in the same style and the circle of fifths, you get the same shape as the rhythm. You what, mate? I mean, I assume you're talking about how like polymeter and polyphony, which is like harmony, are like kind of the same thing, but at just different time scales. Because like a 3:2 polymeter creates a perfect fifth, which is a 3:2 ratio. You know, because again, it's all just sound. It's all just air. It's all just air wiggling at different fucking time scales. You know. You translate the microtone again. I think you're talking about polymeter, right? Because like, yes, polymeter and harmony are like technically on some level the same thing, but we don't listen to polymeter or polyrhythms all that much generally in music, and especially like long and complex polyrhythms are pretty hard to like pull off musically, you know. Like there's definitely a lot more interesting things like polyrhythm feels kind of like a gimmick, except like in some specific like genres and cultures where it's like more of the main focus. But like you can't pull off as many, I guess, diverse things within like, I don't know, let's say like electronic dance music or whatever with polymeter or polyrhythm. Or maybe I just suck at it. I think I just suck at it, because there's also this really, really cool drummer, Camille Bigilt, and she fucking shreds. Really, really great artist, and she just plays polymeter like constantly. So Euclidean, it's about Euclidean rhythm that are not periodics. So like it, like if I were to, I don't know, have a MIDI note thing where I have like something that's like 5 MIDI notes apart or whatever, and then we do that, and then it repeats, like something like this. Yeah, I don't know what the word is for this, where it's basically creating like a polymeter, but then it resets like abruptly. Is that what you're talking about, maybe? Or if you're just talking about like straight polymeter, where we just carry on this pattern, right? Where it just keeps doing that over whatever else is playing in the background, and then, you know, if it's like divides, I don't know, it would end up resolving after like a shit ton of beats. I want to play 7 notes on a 12 pulsation rhythm. Okay, so like if you were to divide 1, 2, oh god, no, what did I do? I pressed a button. Oh, I think I saved the project file, that's fine. So this is 12 notes, right? And so you would have a 7-note long thing that would be like this, right? And then so like our cycle would reset here on one note, but then this guy would be one note smaller than that. So it would end up taking 7 or 12 cycles of this guy looping to end up resolving. You have to change the tempo to 6/8. Yeah, I mean, this is effectively that. If just ignore these markers over here. If I'm just saying this is the size of our loop, then you know, there's 12 notes here, right? Before it resets. So then this would be a 7-note thing. But again, that's just polymeter, I think. I think that's what you're talking about. Now you do some similar stuff in Tabla. I've been playing Tabla a lot, and well, Tabla is like dividing everything. You generally try to fit things within a single cycle, but like something that you do in Tabla is like if you have say like a 16 beat cycle, right? Then you would play some pattern that lasts like 2/3 of the 16 beat cycle, such that when you play the whole pattern 3 times, it resolves. It like goes out off beat and then ends up resolving 3 cycles later. It's like it's all just giant polymeter at the end of the day. I don't know. I'm bad at explaining, but there's something in Indian classical music a lot where you're essentially creating like a very large polymeter with some drum pattern, you know. So I mean, I guess you could just think of it like if 4 beats is like if 4 beats is taki dami, you go taki dami, taki dami, taki dami, right? And then 3 beats is takita, 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 takita. So notice on every downbeat, it's changing the syllable I'm enunciating. Takita, 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 takita. Whereas if it's taki dami in 4 beats, then it's just going to be taki dami, taki dami. It just recycles. It just this is the same thing over and over again. But yeah, it's just all like different like variations of polymeter or polyrhythm at the end of the day. And so like, yeah, if you were to compare it to microtonality, you can get like really complex rhythms which are like 13 against 8 or whatever, right? Which, you know, in microtonality, that's like a pretty fucking gnarly interval. I think that's like in between like a tritone and a perfect fifth or something, or in between a perfect fourth and a tritone. It's like 550 cents if you were to speed it up fast enough, which sounds super alien. And if you were to play that rhythm itself, it would also feel alien because it's so long and kind of complex. Yeah. Anyways, here, let's do this. I'm gonna drink some water because I've been yapping for a minute, and then let's see how this. Thinking last night. I mean, I wasn't trying to mix the song, so that's valid, but Kind of crazy how much of the sound just comes from the hard curve saturator. This all sounds pretty terrible mix wise. Maybe I just like mute this and try to make everything else sound good first. Man, it's like I'm just working with some shitty sounds, that's all. Or not shitty, I'm just like I'm destroying them like far too much, you know? I just duplicated this whole thing over. Why is it must have deleted automation when I deleted all the previous shit, so we'll zero it out instead. I don't know, man. What are the notes that I'm playing? C, G, C, just a fifth. Just fifths and fourths. Oh, we have a G sharp. And an A sharp. Okay, so we're in C minor. So let's go to this distortion thing. We're C, and then we'll do a fifth. We'll do a fourth. I said that backwards. Then minor sixth, minor seventh, something like that, right? There's all these like artifacts and shit in there that I don't want. It's just because I'm just distorting everything. Oh, is it spray? It was totally the spray. Less pinch. Less pinch. We're trying to make this sound good while also destroying the mix at the same time. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We got the song is mostly figured out. I'm just trying to figure out, I guess, just the sound design on this particular thing while also not making it sound like absolute shit, which is a problem because I'm doing the sound design by just like stacking roars on it over and over again, and then it's just like way too distorted, you know? So. Like, what do I do, man? It just sounds like garbage. But I got it. The sound of the cool part of the sound is it just being way too clipped. That's part of it. Maybe, oh, maybe I can flatline it before the saturator. I mean, that kind of gives me a little bit more control over the distortion. It's driving me fucking crazy. Let's go back a little bit to refresh your perspective. It's so bad over here, dude. It's so bad. I think, okay, maybe I'm just like overcooking everything. Maybe I just gotta start. Let's just start from fucking ground zero, right? We're gonna take all these guys. This is our shit. That's all we need, man. All we need. Let me put that there. Maybe just too much reverb also. Like, it's just everything. There's just too much fucking everything, man. can. Here, let's put all these guys in a group, and then let's just slap bloom on it and pray. There's more bloom. When in doubt, more bloom. I can't tell. I can't fucking tell if it's better or not. This part is also a clusterfuck. I want like a really small room. I guess I could just like make the decay and the size really small. Like, dude, why? How to make this not sound bad? It's the fucking autofilter. No, it's kind of necessary. There's this like awful like 10 kilohertz fucking thing. Oh, the fuck are you? Ow. Why are you here? Who did this? Is it you? What? Were you just always there? Oh. Oh god. Jesus, no. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Yeah, that, I guess that's been there the whole entire time. It's a little bit better there. I guess when it's stretched out, it's probably on complex mode or something. Because complex mode is terrible, right? Is that what I'm doing here? No, it's just on double forward backward arrow. Weird. Weird. I don't know. I can't tell. I think I made it sound a little bit better. It's still a fucking mess, but this is just gonna be one of those things that just like I come back to and throw myself at over and over and over again for months, probably. There's a bunch of issues. It's mostly all the issues are just in the mix in this last drop here. That's all. Just getting these synths to sit right, I think, is the main deal. The build up, I need more. There's like a congestion with melodic elements, with reverb and whatnot. So like too much build up in the mid highs, and also there's not enough lows, so it gets unbalanced. I'm getting a text message. I think that's pretty much it. It's just mixing issues and then balance issues in this build up over here. Like I keep adjusting the levels, but it keeps sounding terrible. Too much. Maybe there's just too much reverb on like everything. That could also be it. Why the fuck is that inaudible now? What did I change? What's different? What is different, man? Ooh, what's up, Exon? How are you doing? But whenever I get frustrated and like angry while mixing, I just slap like distortion on it and then just turn it up. It's like almost the equivalent of like yelling or smashing something physically, but I'm just smashing the sound just like in anger because it's not the dynamics aren't right. Because like that still also works, I guess, but yeah. You might not hate them in like 2 days, which is the worst part of it all. Because I feel like I definitely struggle with over listening to songs and then getting what they call like demo-itis or whatever, where you're used to how the demo sounds, so then any change to it, even if it's a better change, you don't like anymore because you're used to how the shitty mix sounds. I feel like that's something I struggle with a lot. know my hearing is shot now because I like how the mix sounds. I think this sounds good, so I know that I need to stop mixing because I know it's not good. Yeah. I don't know, I'm not crazy about these hats. I think just adding some dynamics with filtering and adjusting the phase so that it's panning a little bit in the high end. That maybe will make it better. Do some dynamic switches and stuff, you know, like this will be 6 dB down and that'll be like, I don't know, we're just changing the volume in relative sections. That might maybe that'll be fucking cool, right? We all like dynamic. All right, we're running it back. I'm gonna get some water and then listen through, and then I'm gonna realize that it sounds like shit once I have perspective of how the rest of the mix sounds. So that'll be fun. Oh my god. Oh my god. How long have I been mixing with this entire group disabled? Oh, that's embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. Does this play? It does play in this section too. No! Oh my lord. Well, it doesn't affect this section, which was the one I was mostly focusing on. Oh, this part sucks ass. The mix is awful. Why can't I just get the fucking, like, dynamics right on this stupid thing, man? I mean, okay, this part's pretty cool. It's dancey. It's danceable. That's all that really matters. Yeah, this part's coming together. Now it's mostly just like this section that fucking sucks. I just need to deal with, there's just a lot of stuff playing at the same time. So I have to like do subtractive work, and then I have to also, once I do that, then I have to start distorting shit less, because right now I'm just kind of clipping everything to hide my mistakes, right? So. It's all about fucking frequency balance too. Okay, I'm learning things, man. Like in this section over here, where it gets really, really low and it's kind of hard to hear. Well, that's probably a good point to make all of my high-end percussion, like kind of muffled just a little bit, right? I think that makes sense. That's kind of cool. Yeah. You gotta have the whole entire mix work together. Yeah. subtle, but just like getting rid of like some of, you know, reducing to like 10 kilohertz plus in that section, it like makes the, I don't know, it draws way more focus to what's lower in the mix. So that's pretty cool. I'm again, I don't know, my hearing is shot. I've been mixing this for like an hour or something, so I have no idea what's going on, but I think this section sounds pretty solid now, at least for the time being. Which means I have to go back to this section, which is far less fun to work on. I don't really want to Okay, all right. I think I'm done. I think I'm done for the day. I have plans that I am already kind of late to, because traffic be annoying as fuck. I gotta drive for an hour and a half, so I'm gonna go do all that. Okay, what did I do the stream? The first like 30 minutes of the stream, we did some cool sound design stuff. If any of y'all are interested in, I don't know, making a bunch of LFOs, do funny, cool patterns with filters, I don't know. And then the rest of the stream, we just mixed this song down and improved it, which that's pretty cool, because this song, I do absolutely want to release this. So let's go music, audio, EP ideas. So I think For sure, that's this song that we're just working on. This song, absolutely. And then this song also. And they all use the same sound design. They're all using Harmor a lot. This guy is very far from being completed, and I just don't want to do it, but it would work well on the EP if I decide to. So that's, I guess, something. And then yeah, we'd have a 4-track EP of all pretty good songs. And then after we do that, then we could probably focus on this one, right? Or this one. But this one wouldn't have this guy on here. And probably not that guy. I don't know. We have a lot of options. There's a lot of things that need to be done. I don't know, man. I don't know. The whole conceptualizing and trying to figure out what is that graph view. If you create, wait, how do I look at it again? If you create links between different things, so like here I like started researching the auditory nervous system, and I was just like, I'm gonna start taking notes, and like for like one single day I took a bunch of notes and then put links together and stuff like that, and I made like links and stuff. So if I was to click on this stuff, this is an empty link, but the software is called Obsidian, by the way. It's just fancy notes. It's a fancy note app, and if you create links between different things, okay, apparently I literally, none of these other links actually go anywhere. Then you can look at a big old fancy graph view, and then it'll show you like a big tree of how everything relates to each other. So you can create your own like little mini wiki thing, which I think like makes a lot of sense, especially if you're like, I don't know, like an author or you're writing or like conceptualizing some like larger scheme or theoretical thing. So this would probably be useful for like putting together like microtonal theory concepts and stuff. It just depends on like how into note taking and stuff you are. I don't actually use the graph view, though it looks all fancy. But like if I were to, it would definitely be useful in like just like conceptualizing and grouping things together. I think that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. All right, folks. I'm done. I'm gonna head out. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something, maybe. I don't know. I don't know, I'll be streaming here and there for the next like week or so. You know the deal. All right, take care. Thanks for watching.